Welcome to the session about K-means clustering in machine learning. In this session, we will discuss about the easiest way to learn K-means clustering in few minutes. So if you look at the algorithm K-means clustering, so K-means clustering is a clustering algorithm where we have several data points. So you need to group those data points into various sections. So clustering is like you have a set of data points which you need to arrange into various subsections. So K-means clustering algorithm, first we have set of points. Let's say we have a data set with several points. So what we do first is place centroids at random locations. So we have to find few cluster centroids. Around that only we have various sections. So centroids at random locations. Let's say we have a data set like this in white circles. First step what we do is we have two cluster centroids. Let's say we want to divide this data into two sections. So we want to divide this data into two sections. We have two cluster centroids. We place them at random places as depicted in this image. So next step is you find for each data point, for each white circle in the image, you find the nearest centroid. So you do it with the Euclidean distance, you find the distance. So you find the nearest centroid and you assign. So here we have assigned. You can see the red circles. So we have two cluster centroids. One cluster centroid is a triangle which has the background color red, and there's another centroid here as indicated with the mouse point, yellow triangle. So we have two cluster centroids. We use the Euclidean distance, and with each data points in circles we see to which cluster centroid it is near. So we have assigned. So we can see the red data points are close to the red cluster centroid or the red triangle. Yellow data points are close to the yellow triangle or yellow cluster centroid. So the next step of the algorithm is when we calculate the new centroid. So that means the mean value of all points assigned to the cluster in previous steps. So we get the mean of all points assigned to cluster J in previous steps. So when we have in the previous the first two steps we have a set of data points. We have two random cluster centroids. Then we assign to the nearest one. Then what we do is we adjust the cluster centroid. So when we have red data points available here, we move the cluster centroids so that it is in the middle of all red data points. So all red data points should have minimum distance to the cluster centroid. So we adjust the cluster centroid so that it is placed in such a way that it is close to all red data points. We do the same for the yellow as well. Right, so according to the algorithm, we repeat until convergence. So you can see in this example, left side image, we are moving the red cluster centroids towards right side, little bit low. So white triangle is the new cluster centroid for the red side, and also same like that as indicated by the mouse pointer, yellow cluster centroid, yellow triangle is also moved in the arrow like this. So it's depicted by which is shown by the mouse pointer. So in such a way that the new cluster centroid is the mean value for all yellow data points or the red data points. The yellow cluster centroid is adjusted so that it is close to all yellow data points. Red cluster centroid is moved which is close to all red data points. So you do this again and again until convergence and you get better results. So that's the end of K means cluster.